bet you guys didn't know this, but Mondays were actually invented in medieval times as a way to detect witches from innocent women. So, welcome to Classic Game Room. This is Derek. I'm sorry for lying to you that one time there that I'm not saying what I just said was a lie. I really am Derek from Classic Game Room. But thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. Hey, programming note, we got some reviews coming up over on ClassicGameRoom.com, or more specifically, I've got some reviews because apparently everyone's just saying, let's let Derek take care of it, especially the crap games. Let Derek can handle it. Listen, I know I've got broad, masculine shoulders of steel. I can only carry so much. I can only withstand so much shit. Video games, so much shit. There's just shit everywhere, and I have to play it. Ah! My review for today at ClassicGameRoom.com is one of the most, not only awful, but just pointless, utterly pointless video games I've ever played. It is a game that its existence, there's no purpose. The world would go around, you know, I know people talk about Ian Malcolm, and they talk about chaos theory, and how, you know, oh, if a butterfly flaps swings, you know, Emma Watson wins an Emmy. I don't know, listen, I don't know the details, because I'm not a math guy. Point is, every little action has a reaction or something, you never know when the dinosaurs are gonna eat you. This is chaos theory. And I understand that some people will argue, no, that game had a purpose and it affected something in the earth, something in life, in this universe. Guess what? I'm here to tell you that's bullcrap. I'm calling BS on that because Matchbox Missions, Land, Air, and Sea Rescue / Emergency, whatever it's called, it has no purpose. It's affected nothing except, actually, you know what? I stand corrected, it has. It made me want to tear my goddamn head off and throw it under a fire truck! Oh! What a crappy game! Go watch my review of it on ClassicGameRoom.com. Hello! And tomorrow, you guys know how I feel about tacos and burritos and enchiladas, so guess what? I got a review of Nacho Libre for the Nintendo DS. Not that those games and foods have anything in common, because they really don't. Unless Jack Black is eating Mexican food, in which case, yeah, now it all ties together. And I'm not saying Jack Black eats Mexican food. All I'm saying is, you know, he eats a lot of different foods, and there's no telling whether or not he's eaten a burrito at some point. There's just no way of knowing. Figure that one out, Ian Malcolm. Watch my review of Nacho Libre tomorrow on ClassicGameRoom.com. Well, I've had some outbursts today. I'm not proud of that. In fact, I'd like to apologize. And so, to regain some semblance of sanity here, why don't we head to the Wind Squid Pub over to our forums, and I'll answer some of your questions. Today's first question comes from TTGG, and he wants to know, he says he knows I'm a big Pittsburgh Pirate fan. He wants to know who my favorite Pirates are of all time. Well, this is a great question, and you know, especially given the timing, I need spring to get here now. Not just for baseball. Baseball is like 50% of it. The other 50% is the weather. I am losing my mind with this coldness in this. Will there ever be an end to the cold, dead winter? That's all I want to know. But as for the Pittsburgh Pirates, yes, they are my favorite baseball team. As for my favorite players specifically, when I was a kid, it was really Andy Van Slyke. I grew up idolizing Andy Van Slyke. He was the center fielder for the Pirates in like the late 80s and early 90s, and he was just amazing. He was Gold Glover. He was an all-star. He was a really, really good center fielder. You know, I've actually got a lot of other sort of all-time favorite Pirates. You can't live in Pittsburgh and not worship Roberto Clemente. So he is another one of my baseball heroes. Obviously Willie Stargell. You know, the list goes on of all the great Pirates. And you know, right now my favorite Pirates, there are a lot of great guys, young guys on that team. Andrew McCutchen, Pedro Alvarez, Garrett Cole. It's really good to be a Pirate fan right now. It hasn't been that way in a long time. So thanks for the question. B Ross 2300 wants to know what my beef is with Pilot Wings. Do I have a beef with Pilot Wings? I mean, I don't know. Listen, I do a lot of reviews, so sometimes, you know, the mic turns on and I don't know what comes out of my mouth. You should see me when I watch these videos back. sometimes like, what was I even talking about? But that's besides the point. If I ever said I had a beef with Pilot Wings, I really don't mean to have a beef with Pilot Wings. Maybe you're talking about the Super Nintendo game, which I respect it. I kind of hate it though, so I guess maybe I do have a beef with Pilot Wings. If the thing is, I don't like games that are really, really hard to play deliberately, because like life's too short. And he even says, well, if you're a serious gamer and you take the time to master it. Listen, my life, I don't have time to spend a month learning one video game and then master it and then, oh, now I get it. No, if your game is obtuse and way too hard, I move on. I'm not like, you know, I'm not a magician, and I'm not like super hardcore. That's a term a lot of people throw around. I'm a hardcore gamer. I just like to play games, and if they're too hard, I move on. My attention span does not tolerate extreme difficulty, and neither does my skill level. I'm not very good at most video games. Well, that's all for today. I've got a lot to do. Hey, if you want to ask a question, you should head over to the WinSquid Pub. That's our forum at classicgameroom.com. There's a section there, Ask Undertow Questions. Ask me anything you want, and every so often, we do these videos 3 times a week. I'll go on there, and if I see a good question, I'll answer it. It's that simple. This isn't a democracy. I answer the ones that I want to answer. Democracy is for suckers. I prefer, you know, when I have the power, and right now I do. Learn to love it. Ask questions on the forums, and hey, check out that we have a thread over there right now for our very first episode of Up, Up, Down, Down, Left, Right Deathmatch, Kid Icarus versus Metroid. Who comes out of that steel cage match victorious? You can vote right now, and then on Friday I'll tell you who you picked, and I'll tell you who I picked. So you want to do that as well. There's so much stuff to do at our website. I'm not just saying that because, you know, for obvious reasons. This isn't the pitch part. This is me being honest. There's so much crap over on that website to do, it's unbelievable. So you should go do it. I guess if there's any good that comes of me playing all these awful games, it's that, you know, I lose my mind in the reviews. I lose it. And you guys reap the benefits. John Lovitz.